As we all know, cartoons are very subjective. There's a variety that people love, and then there's another variety of which people hate. And the way I look at it, it all comes down to the message, the storyline, the characters, and of course, the genre. So in today's video, I'm going to be listing off 2 cartoons that I personally enjoyed watching growing up, but were despised by fans. But before we get into that, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and with all that being said, let's jump into it. Number 1, Uncle Grandpa. For those who don't know about Uncle Grandpa, it was an animated comedy series that aired on Cartoon Network from 2013 to 2017. It was about everyone in the world's uncle and grandpa who traveled around in a magical RV to help kids with their problems in many chaotic ways. And alongside Uncle Grandpa was his wacky group of friends, which consisted of Mr. Gus, a very serious, calm, and intelligent dinosaur man, Pizza Steve, an egotistical, narcissistic talking slice of pizza, Belly Bag, a talking fanny pack who served as the source of any infinite and random item needed, and lastly, Giant Realistic Flying Tiger, Uncle Grandpa's pet and mode of transportation who has the ability to fly by farting out rainbows. Now before y'all start roasting me about liking this show, just let me explain first, okay? Uncle Grandpa was easily one of my favorite cartoons back in the day simply because of how unique and out there it really was. I'm talking about characters, colors, the adventures, the situations that they would get themselves into. Like, this was my show. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was a bit of a strange kid growing up, so this show was perfect for me to watch. Not to mention, the back and forth between Pizza Steve and Mr. Gus was just flat out hilarious. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Gus has always been infuriated with the antics of his friends. And rightfully so, because if I was friends with people who kept doing the most idiotic stuff imaginable, I would lose my mind too. But it was really Pizza Steve who kept raising up the blood pressure of Mr. Gus in almost every episode. There were even times where he managed to piss off Uncle Grandpa, which is crazy to say because as we all know, Uncle Grandpa literally views Pizza Steve as the coolest guy on the planet, but in reality, he's just a horrible person. Which is pretty funny considering the fact that he's actually my favorite character in the entirety of the show, but I digress. And how can we not talk about the infamous crossover between Uncle Grandpa and Steven Universe titled Say Uncle? When I tell you this crossover meant everything to me, mainly because it was 2 of my favorite shows at the time colliding, so it was like a gift. And for those who don't know about the crossover, it was simply about Steven trying to figure out ways of how to summon his shield. Thus came the arrival of Uncle Grandpa. The best part for me was when Pizza Steve walks in dressed up as Steven, which has Pearl scared out of her ever-living mind, and then it ends up with Amethyst eating Pizza Steve the moment she catches a glimpse of him. And man, was that something to see or what. But anyways, let's get back to the show. Now, even though Uncle Grandpa may be a childhood favorite of mine, as I've gotten older, I started to realize that it was completely understandable why people weren't exactly fond of it. It can be very cheesy and cringy at times, and it also had its moments where it made your skin crawl. I'm not gonna sit up here and deny that. But another thing that I've learned is that sometimes when life feels bland, you just have to add a little wackiness to it. And that's what I've learned from watching this show. And while it may not be a Cartoon Network classic, Uncle Grandpa is gonna go down as one of my favorite cartoons ever. End of story. Number 2, Breadwinners. Breadwinners was an animated series that ran from 2014 to 2016 on Nickelodeon. The show was about 2 best friends named Sway Sway and Badooz, who deliver bread in a vehicle known as the Rocket Van across their home planet of Pangea. Now, everything that I've ever said about my love for Uncle Grandpa was pretty much the exact same when it came to Breadwinners. There were the variety of different characters, the different types of bread they would deliver, and just plain old nonsense. If you were ever a kid that was obsessed with flat out wackiness and slapstick humor in a cartoon, Breadwinners is no doubt one of those shows. Badooz was easily my favorite out of the 2 simply because of how passionate he was about being a breadwinner and his infamous "Ah, bubble nuggets" catchphrase. Seriously, just saying that takes me back. And you know I gotta mention the running gags in this show. Seriously, they were hilarious to me as a child. There was Produce's booty kick, Sway Sway's party punch, the level love, which is something they would do whenever they were in a situation, so they would change into something else, like being disguises basically. And of course, the rapping, especially when it came to the rocket van. Like the rocket van, like something like that. But if there is one thing from Breadwinners that has stuck out with me throughout the entire time, it has to be the Jenny Crackle song. That song in particular comes from episode 6 of season 1 titled Love Loaf. And in that episode, both Sway Sway and Badooz make a discovery of, well, the love loaf, a magical type of bread that will make you fall in love with anything and anyone at first glance. And ever since making that discovery, Sway Sway himself decided it was the best idea to use the love loaf to his advantage by making Jenny Crackles, a female duck who he has a humongous crush on, get a taste of the love loaf and instantly fall in love with him. And if y'all remember anything about Sway Sway's massive obsession with Jenny Crackles, he was willing to do anything to make her his girl. And when I tell you, this man put on one hell of a performance. This girl had him so in love with her, he was willing to sneak into her summer camp just to sing this song for her. Again, he snuck into her summer camp. That's how much she meant to him. Like, is it creepy? Yes. But hey, you can't blame a man for knowing what he wants. Then there was the moment he found out that she actually is interested in bad boys and even managed to turn himself into one for her. But we're not gonna get into all that. Anyways, there's no denying that Breadwinners was an awkward cartoon. And the funny part about it is that it wasn't even supposed to be a show in the first place. It literally started off as an animated short posted on the internet until Nickelodeon caught attention of it and decided to make it a full series. And to be completely honest, I'm kind of glad they decided to make it a full cartoon because I was so obsessed with this show and it will always have a place in my heart. And at the end of the day, even though both of these shows may have been dumpster fires, they were enjoyable ones at that, at least for me. And I don't plan on erasing my love for them anytime soon. If you made it to the end, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more uploads, smash the like button, and comment down below your favorite childhood cartoon. And until next time, Star Army, I'm out.